Okay, guys, it is Friday, March 20th. I've been forgetting to say the dates lately. I apologize. I am in Galva, Illinois. I was just in Galva a couple weeks ago after I saw Finding Nemo Jr. I played a trivia night in Galva where my team won. So, I am at Galva Junior Senior High School, home of the Wildcats, to see The Lightning Thief. I know nothing about Percy Jackson, never read the books, never seen the movies, and I just suffered through a production of The Odyssey, a comedy mostly featuring Greek myths that I didn't particularly care for. So I can't say I'm super excited about this, but I'm hoping it will be, if nothing else, something that I can learn from. So, wish me luck, because here I go. Okay, it is time to talk about The Lightning Thief, as I'm sitting here waiting to go into Dorothy in Wonderland. Little peek behind the curtain. I'm 0 for 2 on these Greek stories. And like the thing is, I know that I can enjoy a Greek story because I like Hercules. And I thought that stuff was interesting when I was in school. I made my own Medusa snake head for a school project once. I loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I know there are versions of those stories that I can enjoy. I just don't know why I'm not getting it with these shows. I don't know if it's the characters that they're focusing on, like Percy Jackson. He's just a whiny baby. Same reason I don't like Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars movies, compared to Cassandra. And Hercules, he's kind of a whiny baby too, but those movies work because of Meg. So, I don't know, but it seems like I'm just not going to enjoy that kind of show. It did make me interested in watching the Percy Jackson movies, which I own but have never seen. So maybe with some more, some help from, some CG action and fighting and stuff like that. I don't know. I know those movies aren't made for people like me, but it could be a fun kind of half-watch experience maybe. But really the more interesting thing that I wanted to talk about is what they do in the program. So you've got your title page, some credits there, the cast, and then the next 2 pages are this guide to the different types of, some of them are specific characters, but some of them are just different types of creatures. So you got the big 3 of Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, other gods and immortals, Camp Half-Blood, monsters and other things, important terms, and then a summary of the story. And it's all from Percy Jackson's perspective. So as someone that, I've heard these stories before about Greek gods and all these creatures, but I wouldn't say I'm super, I was going to say up to date. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's not like I have deep knowledge of them at my beck and call at all times. So that was kind of a nice idea to put that in the program as kind of a primer, especially because something like this that's based on a young adult novel series that turned into a young adult movie series. There's probably a lot of the teenagers that know what's going on, but parents there that might not. So that's kind of a nice way to, if not fully bring them up to speed, just kind of get them their bearings. Then you had the song list, and then this last page, that's upside down, is theater guidelines. So there's stuff, turn off your phone, no pictures or videos, Be polite, when to applaud, take noisy kids out, no food or drink. Like, this is the kind of stuff that normally they would, like, most of these shows that I go to, there's someone that comes out and makes an announcement of this kind of stuff, and they didn't have anyone come out and make an announcement. The first people that came out were in the show, and then the show started. So that's also kind of a neat idea. I might make something for that, not to go in my actual program for my show, but maybe as a secondary piece, a separate component that can be handed out to children. That's a little more, how do I want to phrase this? Instead of like, don't talk, like more like, remember to be quiet so that people can hear the actors on the stage. Like a little friendlier, a little more colorful. So that's why I want to make it like its own little booklet thing. So I might toy around with that idea. And then it also says at the end, which I think is a nice touch, it says, please turn cell phones off and keep them put away. Light from the screen disrupts the audience and the tech crew. Refrain from taking photos and videos during a play. Usually that's a legal requirement. But then they add, a photo album will be shared on our school website for you to download from. I think that's a really nice touch, because even when schools do that, if the parents don't know that, right, parents want to get pictures of their kids. So by saying like, hey, we've done that for you already, and here's where you can find it later on. So just stay off your phone. So I really like that also. I might make up some flyers or something that say something similar. I actually had the idea of, for my show, because I do have someone that's going to be like taking pictures and videos and stuff as we're rehearsing. Like, that's her job. So I had the idea that, like at a graduation where you would have a slideshow of pictures of the students playing as people are waiting for graduation, putting that out in the lobby before the play, so like the parents can see, oh, okay, yeah, we have pictures of these, and have something on there, like they'll be put on the school Facebook or whatever like that, so that they're a little, because I get the impulse to want to take out your phone and get pictures of your kid, but like being at so many of these shows, I can tell you it's really annoying and distracting when someone has their phone out. So I think by telling people and showing people like, hey, we've got that covered. You just sit and enjoy the show. I'm sure there's still some people that take their phones out. I didn't notice anyone with their phones out last night, so I guess points for whatever that's worth. But I think it's a good idea. So even though I didn't particularly enjoy the show last night, the program, I think, still gave me some good ideas that I could learn from. So I always try to take a positive away, even from something that I didn't particularly enjoy. So that's what we got from that show. Hopefully I get more from the shows today. I'm seeing at least 2. There is a, again, just like within 5 minutes or so of these other 2 theaters I'm going to, there's a showing of Shrek Jr., that when I went to get tickets online, the only tickets left were accessible tickets, and I didn't want to take those. And I wasn't sure if the timing was going to work out exactly like good enough anyway. So I figure if this one's done early enough for me to get to that one in time, I'll just go and see if they've got any no-shows or anything like that. So possibly three shows today, but definitely at least 2. I forgot that this isn't the part 1 clip for Dorothy in Wonderland. This is the part 2 clip for The Lightning Thief, because I'm sitting here waiting to go see Dorothy in Wonderland. So sorry, that was a little bit weird and out of context, and a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. But anyway, point is, got a big day ahead of me today. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.